I wanted to make this video with all of you looking in my face to see how serious I am. But unfortunately, the weather in my town is not exactly up to snuff, so I'm going to have to do it this way. But know that I'm being incredibly serious when I say what I'm about to say in this video. Donald Trump wants to set himself up to become a martyr. He thinks by going to jail for violating a gag order, he's setting himself to be a sacrifice. There are people out there, MAGA followers out there, hoping that happens, that Donald Trump is locked up because it will somehow galvanize the base, galvanize America on the side of Trump. Now, I can't speak for the MAGA. Well, actually, I am going to speak for the MAGA because, quite honestly, it's not too far away and not too far in between as to how their thought process is going to go. They see Donald Trump in handcuffs, locked up in a cell, they will go apeshit. This one post on Twitter shows how incredibly far these people are willing to go. These guys are openly threatening a judge in a trial if Donald Trump is locked up for violations of a gag order and contempt of court. They are not playing around. And obviously, it should show you and it should show everyone in this country how far they're willing to go. Not too long ago, I saw this on Twitter as well. A post saying that Donald Trump's trials are as bad as Christ being crucified on the cross. That should tell you everything you need to know about how incredibly self-destructive these people really are. But that's old news. I mean, we've heard so many times about how these people are comparing Donald Trump to Christ. And now if he actually does get locked up, they're going to start comparing him to Nelson Mandela or Martin Luther King, God forbid. This isn't a civil rights issue. This isn't a spiritual issue. This is an issue of a man who committed a crime, got caught, and is now paying the price for it. And the sad part about all of this is that Donald Trump could do the easiest thing for everyone and for himself, which is shut the fuck up. Shut up in public, shut up in Truth Social, just shut the fuck up. But he continually runs his mouth, continually makes threats, or by proxy, his MAGA minions continuing to make threats. And at the end of the day, here we are in this situation. A former president of the United States of America is one more threat, one more press conference, one more rally, one more post on Truth Social away from spending time in a jail cell. Now, his supporters may think that'd be noble. Now, maybe he might think that this is noble. Maybe he might think this is strong of him, that he's taking a bullet for all of us. But in the end of the day, it's not noble. It's not brave. It's not strong. It's not presidential. It is a criminal being locked up in the jail cell because he disobeyed orders of a judge. That's not brave. That's not noble. That's not patriotic. That is insane. And the people who you say that Donald Trump is doing this to protect us, that he's doing this to protect the Constitution, are plain kidding themselves at best, and at worst are too fucking blind to see the wood from the trees. Because here's the real facts of this entire situation. If this were anyone else in this country, in this world, who have said and done the things Donald Trump has said and done, We'll be lucky to see the inside of a jail cell, or lucky to see the inside of a courtroom. Me, as an African American, the man who's speaking to you, me as a black man, if I had said half the crap that Donald Trump has said, made half the threats that Donald Trump and his supporters have done, my life would be over. And I'm not just talking about losing my job, losing my family and whatnot. I'm talking about me being dead. And that is the unfortunate truth of this entire affair. I would be dead in a heartbeat if I said half the stuff Donald Trump and his supporters have said. Hell, I've already gotten I don't know how many death threats from Donald Trump supporters all over social media. I've been had false accusations about me, about everything from me being a Hamas terrorist to a child molester. That is what we're dealing with now. These people are so entranced with Trump that they will see a man like Trump go to jail, locked up in a prison cell for contempt of court, as a sign that he really is doing this for us, when he is not doing it for any of us. He's not going to a jail cell because he's a martyr or Nelson Mandela. He's not being crucified like Christ on the cross. He is doing this because he's completely and totally out of control. He has had every opportunity to walk away from this insanity. He has had every opportunity to preempt all of this. The possibility of him going to jail because he violated a gag order, which is causing judges, prosecutors, and even the jury to receive threats against them. And what do we have? A man who wants to make himself out to be a martyr when he is the furthest thing from. It's time for everyone out there, and Democrats too, Republicans too, everyone in the MAGA who are falling on their knees for this guy, to see the reality of what he is. He's not a victim of circumstance. He's not a victim of the deep state. He's not facing political persecution no matter how many times he and his followers want to scream election interference. Donald Trump is a victim for one reason and one reason only. Because he committed crimes and he won't shut the fuck up. Now the MAGA can try to edify him, try to make him out into some kind of martyr all they want. But in the end of the day, the final analysis, Trump put the noose around his own fucking neck. And the judge isn't going to be the one to tighten it. No. Now the judge could actually put him in the jail cell, but Donald Trump is the one who's going to put himself in that jail cell because he won't shut the fuck up. Now he can cry and bitch and piss all he wants. The MAGA can cry and bitch and piss all they want. But as I said before, Trump is there because of Trump. And if any of us, and I'm going to say this one more time, and I'm going to close out this video. If any of us in the real world, beyond MAGA world, hell, not even beyond MAGA world, if any of us had said anything or done anything like Trump, we would be in prison. If it was a black man who did this, like me, who said half of what Donald Trump has said, we would be dead. Make no mistake about that. Stop supporting a man who's had so much privilege that he actually believes that he is beyond and above the law. When you know, and I know, that we are not above the law. Trump is in this mess, and it's only a small piece away from spending a night in a jail cell because he won't shut the fuck up. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.